Hey y'all, it's Dr. Boyce. Is gentle parenting making life harder for teachers in schools? It's time to talk about it. In this article, we're going to dive into the idea of gentle parenting. What we know is when it comes to schools, teachers have this age-old saying, it all starts at home. And so if that's the case, we have to start asking ourselves, as we see gentler approaches to parenting becoming more popular in mainstream society, is this a benefit to schools or is it not? It's important for us to consider the term adultism. Adultism is one of the isms we don't really talk about that much. It refers to the discrimination and prejudice that children may face as a result of being present in a society where adults kind of run everything. One kind of response to adultism and centering authoritarian figures despite the needs of children is gentle parenting, right? So we see this kind of a lot of us had experiences in schools where it was pretty cut and dry. You do what the teachers and the adults tell you to do, and it doesn't matter how you feel about it. It doesn't matter what you think about it. You go do as you're told. But gentle parenting and approaches that are more collaborative in nature are a means of trying to help teach kids how to learn, how to express their feelings, how to advocate for themselves, and how to navigate socially and emotionally in society. And the idea is that these are skills that have to be taught, as opposed to being led by authoritarian figures that simply say, shut up and do what you're told. And it doesn't matter how you feel about it. As a perfect example, Bishop T.D. Jakes of the Potter's House Church in Dallas, Texas, recently urged his congregants against gentle parenting by suggesting that you can't gentle parent kids and then send them out into a world that's not going to be gentle. Instead, he said it gives them a false sense of reality. His opinion, quite rooted in the more authoritarian form of parenting, is reminiscent of his generation. That a lot of the grandparents of these current kids probably feel a similar way. However, gentle parenting falls right in the middle of authoritarian parenting and passive or permissive parenting. Now, some people conflate gentle parenting with permissive parenting, so it's important for us to get very clear that gentle parenting, which is encouraging parents to collaboratively work with their kids, to still have boundaries, to still have consequences for their actions. However, maybe don't beat them, right? But permissive parenting, on the other hand, is what usually people are referring to when they talk about gentle parenting. There's no rules, there's no consequences. Kids can kind of do what they want to do. So it's important in this article that we dive into what gentle parenting is, what are educators' perceptions of how it's showing up with the younger generations in schools. We don't have enough hardcore data just yet to really know what the impact is going to be for students that are being gentle parented at home when they enter into schools, especially those with adults that are still very authoritarian in nature. In a recent online survey with educators, ironically, some of the older educators that are a little bit more seasoned said they feel like this is making things worse in schools in terms of students' behavior, in terms of them questioning authority and not just taking what they're told and shutting their mouths and doing it. But on the flip side, some of the younger teachers and educators that reported in this survey said they feel like the students that are really experiencing gentle parenting and not just permissive parenting where their parents let them run amok actually end up having more autonomy. They use their voice more often to communicate with their peers and with their teachers. And so it just seems like we're going to have to see how this plays out. But I have a couple recommendations in the article as well, so be sure to check it out.